Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today on the show, I have Timothy Dutton. Now that's not the older Timothy Dutton, that's the younger one, third generation. So one of Branson's younger performers. We're excited to have him on the show today and to learn what it's like to be a young performer here in Branson. Before we get to that though, I do want to tell you a couple things. I do periodically give you tips on how to make the most of your Branson vacation. Be sure to go check out our magazine, Play Branson. It's located all over town. You're going to find a ton of information in here, everything from shows to attractions to museums to shopping to the lakes, the whole bit. It's all in here in the Play Branson magazine, and you can get that free. The other thing we often talk about is the Flavor of Branson. This is a dining guide that lists every restaurant in Branson. There's probably about 20 to 30 coupons in here. If you're new to the Branson restaurant scene, this is the piece to pick up that will give you every restaurant in the area. So check that out. You'll find this in racks located around Branson. I've got something else I've mentioned in the past, but not recently, is the dining passport. And so if you are a local that watches this show, this is really geared to you. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the opportunity. If you haven't got this yet, you've missed out on saving a bunch of money all year. But here is the deal. The price on this is normally $70. When this episode airs, it'll be in September, so you'll have 4 months to still use this. If you will go by the BransonMissouri.com Welcome Center and tell them you saw this deal on Play Branson, they will give it to you for half price. Now, I'm limited to 10 people that can get that. That deal doesn't exist online anywhere else. You will have to go to the BransonMissouri.com Welcome Center. That's at 269 State Highway 248. Tell them you saw it here on Play Branson, and they will give it to you for half price. It's good through the end of the year. And on top of that, a donation for every one of these that is sold goes to K-Life, which is a great youth ministry here in the area. So there you go. We'll be back in just a minute with more on Play Branson.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show, Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today, for the first time ever on the show, I have Tim Dutton. Now, I think I called you Timothy earlier, so
yes,
I apologize.
I tell a lot of people Timothy is my father.
Yes.
And I go a little bit more by Tim, but so does he. You know, it gets kind of confusing around the theater.
Yeah. So you are third generation of family performers. And so
Yes.
kind of give us your history, even though you're young, you're one of our younger entertainers in town.
Yeah.
Kind of just talk about your history in life.
Well, before me, just a little bit, back in 1998, I believe, my family decided to move down here to Branson and buy a theater up from a Boxcar Willie, if any of you guys remember him from back in the day. And we've had that theater ever since, and then 18 years ago, I was born, and instantly up on stage, we actually introduced all these kids, 6 of us born within 6 months of each other.
Oh my gosh.
And it was Mr. Sandman, and each mom would turn around with their kid, and my mom would say, "This little dream is Timothy James." And yeah.
So, growing up, you had a bunch of, cousins all around you ever since you were born.
That's true. A lot of people don't always see their cousins, but every day is like a family reunion.
Yeah.
And family is family, you know, so sometimes you want to.
So do you have like an earliest memory of when you remember being on stage?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, actually, there's a video we have on YouTube, on the Duttons YouTube. It's our video of a Splish Splash. And that is the 6 of us in a kind of a cart, buggy, giant bathtub. And we would like spin it around stage, and then my Uncle Josh would sing the Splish Splash. But I was just so little, and I just was like kind of staring off into space. Mm-hmm. It's pretty funny.
So today on the show, like what, and I do want to talk more about the show in detail on the next portion, but what role do you play on the show?
Yeah, I've actually been stepping up in the show a little bit more. My roles consist of all the singing, dancing, playing instruments. I have a few solos in there too. And since it's a family business, we do all of the above: ushering, concessions, box office. Everybody's working all those jobs.
Yeah. So you've grown up in this musical family, and you're on stage from a baby on. Is it expected, like, hey, I've got to be in the family business, I've got to be in the entertainment business, or is it just kind of what you know and it just happens?
It's from our young age. It's like an opportunity given to us. They expect us to work in the show, and some jobs aren't obligated, like, doing other work before and after the show, but for the family, it's expected to come and perform in the show. And at a certain age, like around my age, 18, it's your decision, whatever you want to do. Go to school, find a different career, whatever.
Yeah. So you're at that point where you've got to kind of decide what you're going to do.
Yeah. Pretty soon coming up, I'm actually going to leave for a couple years, going on my mission trip. I'm going to become a missionary, and I'll get my calling soon about, what location I'm going to go and proselyte, all that stuff.
And so you do that for a couple of years, and then what do you come back, or what happens after that?
Yeah, I'll come back, and I'm going to pursue my education, maybe something music related. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Yeah.
I also like things like fitness, but I'll be going to college after that.
Yeah. And so we've seen that where entertainers that have grown up in the business, they do go do other things for a while, and sometimes they move on, and then sometimes they come back into that, because once you have music and you understand it, you can always come back to it. Right?
That's true. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So how many total kids or third generation are in the show? Any idea?
Currently in the show, there are about 12 to 15 right now, third generation. There used to be over 20.
Yeah. Now, is that primarily 18 and below?
Yes.
Okay.
Or 18 and below, and then including my sister, she is 20 through 24, yeah.
So a lot of, sometimes people think of Branson having shows that are older. Like, that's a misconception out there. But you're a perfect example where you have a show that is just full of young people. Now, there's older people in the show as well.
Yes.
But it's a show where there's a lot of young people. So do you go to Mesa when do the Duttons go out there?
Yes, yeah. Every winter we'll be out in Mesa, Arizona from kind of the middle of December to the beginning of April, and that's our winter season. Yeah. When Branson kind of dies down, there's not many people coming out here in the cold.
Yeah. And so you go where it's warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is really smart. Because of that, though, then does that mean you guys are all homeschooled? Because obviously you wouldn't be in school in Branson at that point.
Mm. Actually, we're public school. Every year we just switch over to Arizona public schools, and they made it super easy about going back and forth. So it's no trouble at all, and I graduated high school, so
there you go.
It kind of worked.
Yeah. Well, and this last year with COVID, that was probably that was kind of a different experience for you, I'm guessing.
Right. It was actually a lot worse for the graduating class of 2020. 2021 wasn't so bad. We actually graduated on time. They had to do it like deeper in the summer.
Yeah. After a while, it all starts running together. What year are we in of COVID?
Yeah.
Because it started kind of the beginning of 20, And now we're here towards the last half of 21. So you graduated 21.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the first year people are like, they didn't even know what to do. Right? How did you deal with that as an entertainer? Because it really messed up the entertainers' worlds.
Well, we kind of had a great idea right around when COVID started. First of all, we hightailed it out of Arizona before we got stuck there, so we could come back to Branson. It was around March, March 2020, and then kind of towards the end of April, we started doing our Dutton live streams on YouTube, and that was every single Thursday, and it's actually been going on for this whole time now. Almost.
Okay.
It's been more than a year.
And so, okay, let's hold that thought. I want to come back and talk about that more. We're going to stop right here, and we'll be back in just a second with more with Tim Dutton. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. We're here talking with Tim Dutton of the Dutton Family Theater. Tim, we just started talking about this live stream, and you guys started doing that during COVID, and now you've been doing that for a long time. So tell people a little bit more about what that is.
Yeah, so every Thursday on YouTube, we actually put out a live stream, and it's completely live right there in the moment. Our first episode actually had like about 3,000 people watching because they just missed us, I guess.
Yeah, that's crazy.
During the coronavirus, it's just been pretty popular. Every Thursday we have everybody excited about it every week. Mm-hmm. And we shout out our repeat viewers who are coming on there. And it's just a lot of fun. We do what we do in the show.
So you're doing live entertainment at that point, and it's at the theater, correct?
It's usually at the theater, and it'll feature segments of older things that my family has done as well at festivals or touring across Europe. Mm-hmm. Just a lot of historical videos too, just sharing with everybody on the internet.
Yeah. So the Duttons have also had their own TV show.
Yes.
Tell people a little bit about that.
That is a similar thing. Yeah, the Duttons through the years airs on RFD TV. It is more of a historical based show where it'll show and explain our history through music and how my family got started doing all of that.
Mm-hmm. So if someone has never seen the Duttons, they've never heard of the Duttons, they don't know anything about the Duttons, tell them about the show and what they can expect and experience and like what it's like.
I think the show is like a super fun place for everybody. It features all different kinds of music. We do everything like classical to bluegrass to pop and rock, and it just gives everybody up on stage to express how much they love what they're doing, and I sure have a lot of fun with it. I get in the groove with all these songs, and it's something people come to expect when they come see the show, and I'm sure everybody's gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, so it's a family show, variety of different musical styles. There's some comedy kind of thrown in.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily a comedian per se. You have one of your uncles. He's kind of the funny guy, I guess.
The funny guy, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what do you have a name like for that aspect of it, or do you just kind of?
That's our little comedy breaks in the show, but they sure are hilarious. We call him a horn man.
Horn man. Yeah, there we go. I knew there was something.
Yeah, he's got like this, what do you call it, like retro reflective suit with a bunch of horns strapped to it. And he's getting pretty good at it, I won't lie.
Yeah. So, like performing-wise, what do you guys normally, about 5 times a week normally? Yes,
currently like in the summer. And then when winter rolls around, October, November especially, we're going to have 10 shows a week.
Yeah, and you're doing them either at 2 or 8 or 2 and 8, right? Did I get those times right?
Yeah, correct. 2 p.m. or 8 p.m. or both some days.
Yeah, and so the theater you guys are at is right on West Highway 76, right across from Whitewater, and the original Boxcar Willie Theater, but it's been the Dutton Theater for a super long time now.
Yeah, correct,
so, what do you like most about performing?
What do I like most? That's a great question. I think that, like I was explaining earlier, if I get a new song to do in the show, that's pretty fun because I can kind of assign my own kind of style to it and really just get in the groove, you know? It'll take a couple shows to get it down solid, but after that, then I just kind of enjoy what I'm doing and then get it down solid. It's pretty fun.
Do you write any original music at all?
I do, yeah.
You do?
I think I'm about to release my own song
Oh,
here pretty soon.
Hey, you guys hear that here on Flavor of Branson, yeah. And so, where is that? Is that going to be on the website, iTunes, Spotify?
Yeah, I'll try to put it out everywhere. iTunes, Spotify for sure. Maybe Apple Music. They're kind of sticklers, but yeah.
Yeah. Is it country, pop, rock?
It's a little bit alternative pop.
Alternative pop.
Yeah, I think that's what I like to call it.
Yeah. Hey, folks, you heard it here. We're going to have to be checking that out, and you'll need to let us know when it's live so we can tell people.
Of course, yeah.
That it's there. So, if I remember right, it would have been your grandpa kind of started this whole thing because he was an economics teacher or professor, and at some point we're like, okay, we're going to have a family band or something like that, and then the rest is history, and you guys have been doing this a long time.
That's true.
Did I get that right?
That's true. I mean, they never expected this. Our grandpa, he was just an economics professor, and he wanted to teach all of his kids a discipline and how to, be responsible, work hard. And they originally wanted a family farm, but they were living in the suburbs of Provo, Utah, and that was kind of just out of the question. So they started giving them music lessons, and when my dad and my aunts were getting first in all these competitions, they knew something was right. So after a while, they performing in venues all around Utah, and then they had this awesome chance to go tour in Europe, and they just took Europe by storm.
Yeah.
And it just kind of took off from there.
Yeah. Okay. Folks, if you haven't been to the Dutton show, please go check it out over on West 76 Country Boulevard. Do you know it's at 3454?
Yes.
West 76 Country Boulevard. That's where it's at. I got it down here. And here's the thing is I think Branson is probably the #1 destination in the United States for family entertainment. And if you think about all the families that are here, we have, of course, the Duttons. I have the Presleys. I have the Haygoods. I have Six. I have the Hughes. I have the Johnson Strings. I have Clay Cooper. And I'm sure there's somebody I missed, and more. But I really don't know anywhere else in the United States that you can go and see as much like live family entertainment and either 1, 2, or 3 generations on stage. Do you know of any other place?
No. In fact, everybody in places like Las Vegas seems to be a bunch of geezers out there, but I'm just saying, Branson has all the families. That's where it's at. It's a great place to bring your family. I don't know of any other place that's gonna be advertised for families like that.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
So when you're not on stage, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Well, of course, I told you I made my original music. I also love things like fitness. I do a lot of time at the gym.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. Now, if there was a young girl out there watching this show, are you available, and could she come to the show and talk to you? I'm just asking.
She could.
She could.
I am available.
There you go.
but don't get your hopes up. I'm going to be leaving here. I'll be leaving here pretty soon, so.
So you have to wait 2 years.
Hey, I'll have a conversation with her.
There you go. There you go. Do you ever have that happen to you, like where girls will go to the show and come up to you afterwards?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens like, all the time, actually.
I just saw his face light up too. That's one of the benefits of music,
The
right?
benefits,
There you go.
there are many.
There are many. Okay, folks, this has been an interview with Tim Dutton from the Duttons Theater. Go check them out. Either 2 or 8. 2 or 8.
2 or 8.
2 or 8.
yeah.
Check their schedule at their website. You can Google them. They're on RFD TV. They're doing their live stream on YouTube. So they're all over the place. Go check them out. We'll be back in just a minute. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. We are wrapping the show up. You just got to hear from Tim Dutton, one of the younger performers in Branson, been on stage for literally 18 years of his 18 years of life. That's a long time to be on stage, and that's why Branson entertainers are often so good, because they've just grown up in the business. They've learned it. They've continued to get better and hone their skill, and so we are appreciative of him being here. Be sure to go check them out. The Duttons at the Dutton Theater on 3454 West 76 Country Boulevard. I've been giving away some Cold Stone ice cream recently. If you would like to win some Cold Stone, here's what you've got to do. You've got to go to our Facebook page. And what I want you to do, if you will put 4 performing families down in the message field, I'm going to give people 3 or 4 days to do that, and from the group that does that, then we'll pick a winner. So go to our Facebook page and put at least 4 entertaining families in Branson to win the Cold Stone, and we will try and get a winner out of that. Upcoming events. Labor Day weekend is just about here. A lot of times people are taking extra time to come to Branson and have fun. It's my understanding out there from other folks like AAA that a lot of people will be traveling. So be sure to make your reservations as soon as possible if you haven't. That is a big weekend. We also have a lot of special events coming up. We have Nelly coming up on September 17th. I think he'll be out at the new the Black Oak Amphitheater. The Oak Ridge Boys start their next run September 22nd, and there are several dates this fall. Jimmy Fortune starting September 23rd as well with several dates. Daly and Vincent. We've got Larry's Country Diner coming up October 4th through the 8th. Neil McCoy is back in town on October 8th with a few other dates in November. The Bellany Brothers, October 15th. Gene Watson, October 16th. And then the Gatlin Brothers on October 23rd. So if you're thinking about planning your Branson vacation, here's a bunch of entertainers that will be here for select dates. So be sure to go check those concerts out. If you need help planning your vacation, you need help booking show tickets, attraction tickets, your hotels, the folks at ibranson.com can help you with all of that. You can book it all online, or you can call them at 877-ENTERTAIN. Thanks for watching Play Branson, and we'll see you next week.